Forbidden Truth and Dr. IT. Info. Forbidden Truth 101. #WakeUp. In today's video, we will discuss the Elohim, Nescience, the Adamic Races, Godhead, NaturalLaw, Kundalini, Exoteric and Esoteric Knowledge. Introduction. The Elohim are a group of beings mentioned in various spiritual and philosophical traditions, including the Hebrew Bible and Kabbalah, the ancient Egyptian religion, and some contemporary New Age beliefs. The word Elohim is Hebrew for gods or deities, and in the Hebrew Bible, it is often used to refer to the God of Israel. From my perspective, the Elohim and the Adamic race are the same, the first beings created outside the Godhead. In Kabbalah, the Elohim are considered to be one of the 10 Sephirot, or emanations, of the divine. They represent the divine attribute of power and creativity and are responsible for the creation of the universe and all life within it. According to Kabbalistic teachings, the Elohim are not separate entities but rather aspects of the divine that work together to create and sustain the universe. In the ancient Egyptian religion, the Elohim were known as the Neteru, which means divine forces or principles. They were often depicted in human or animal form and were associated with various aspects of nature and the cosmos. The Adamic Races. According to various spiritual and philosophical traditions, the Adamic races are the descendants of the first humans, Adam and Eve, who were created by the Elohim. The story of Adam and Eve is told in the Hebrew Bible and is also referenced in the Quran and some other religious texts. The Adamic races are said to be a spiritual lineage that includes various groups of humans who share a common ancestry and spiritual heritage. According to some beliefs, the Adamic races were created by the Elohim to be stewards of the earth and to help bring about the divine plan for the universe. The connection between the Adamic races, humans, and the godhead. In various spiritual and philosophical traditions, the Adamic races are seen as being connected to both humans and the godhead. The godhead is a term used in some New Age beliefs to refer to the divine or the source of all beings. According to some beliefs, the Adamic races were created by the Elohim as a bridge between humans and the godhead. They were given a special spiritual heritage and purpose that was designed to help humanity evolve and grow closer to the divine. In Kabbalah, the Adamic races are seen as being connected to the Sephirah of Tiferet, which represents the divine attribute of beauty and balance. Tiferet is said to be the central Sephirah that connects the divine world to the human world, and the Adamic races are seen as being the embodiment of this connection. The Elohim, the Adamic races, and the godhead are all significant concepts in various spiritual and philosophical traditions. The Elohim are seen as powerful and creative beings who played a role in the creation of the universe and all life within it. The Adamic races are seen as a spiritual lineage of humans who share a common ancestry and spiritual heritage. They are also seen as being connected to both humans and the godhead, serving as a bridge between the divine and the human worlds. The significance of these concepts lies in their ability to inspire and guide individuals in their spiritual journeys and to help them connect with the divine. Nescience. Nescience, also known as ignorance or lack of knowledge, is a fundamental aspect of the human experience. It refers to a lack of understanding or awareness of something that every person experiences to some degree. Nescience is not necessarily negative, as it is an inherent part of learning and acquiring knowledge. However, if not addressed and corrected, it can lead to misunderstandings and errors. There is no single origin or source of nescience, as it arises naturally due to the limitations of human understanding and the vastness of the universe. It is a fundamental aspect of the human condition and is something every person must grapple with and seek to overcome to increase their understanding and knowledge. It is important to note that nescience, or ignorance, is not something that any person invented. Instead, it is a fundamental aspect of the human experience that arises naturally due to the limitations of human understanding and the vastness of the universe. The concept of nescience has been recognized and acknowledged by various cultures and societies throughout history and has been addressed and discussed by philosophers, theologians, and scholars in multiple contexts. However, it is not something that was created or invented by any individual. I am bringing it to your awareness. It is imperative to note that nescience, or ignorance, is often seen as the opposite of science, as science is concerned with understanding and knowledge. Science is a systematic and logical approach to discovering and understanding the natural world based on collecting and interpreting empirical evidence. However, it is essential to note that nescience is an inherent part of the scientific process. To advance our understanding of the world, scientists must first recognize and acknowledge what they do not know or understand. This involves identifying areas of uncertainty or ignorance and formulating hypotheses or theories that can be tested and refined through experimentation and observation. Thus, Nescience is a driving force behind science, as recognizing what we do not know motivates us to seek new knowledge and understanding. At the same time, the scientific method is a means of overcoming nescience and increasing our understanding of the world. Natural law. Natural law is a legal theory that holds that specific laws are inherent to the nature of the universe and can be discovered through reason and observation. According to this theory, natural laws are universal and apply to all people, regardless of their culture or society. One example of natural law is the law of gravity, which states that objects will fall toward the Earth's center unless acted upon by an external force. This law is inherent to the nature of the universe and can be observed and proven through scientific experimentation. Natural law may refer to the belief that certain moral principles are inherent to humanity's nature and apply to all people. These ethical principles may include concepts such as the inherent dignity of all people and the prohibition against harming others. Natural law theory has significantly influenced the development of legal systems and moral philosophy and is still a subject of debate and discussion among philosophers and legal scholars. Natural law and esoteric knowledge. The relationship between natural law and esoteric knowledge is complex, as the two concepts are not mutually exclusive. Natural law is a form of exoteric knowledge, as it is based on principles believed to be universal and applicable to all people. It is not shrouded in mystery or secrecy and is not limited to a small number of people with specialized knowledge or interest. On the other hand, some may consider natural law a form of esoteric knowledge because it is only sometimes easy to understand or explain. The concept of natural law involves abstract ideas about the nature of the universe and the inherent moral principles that govern human behavior, which may be difficult for some people to grasp. Overall, the relationship between natural law and esoteric knowledge is complex and depends on the individual and their perspective. Some may see natural law as a form of exoteric expertise widely accepted and understood, while others view it as a more abstract and esoteric concept. Natural law and exoteric knowledge. Natural law refers to the idea that specific rules or principles are inherent in the natural world and that these laws can be discovered through reason and observation. These laws are considered universal, meaning they apply to all people and cultures. Exoteric knowledge refers to knowledge that is publicly available or that is meant for a general audience. This contrasts with esoteric knowledge, which is the knowledge that is only accessible to a select few or that is intended to be kept secret. Concerning natural law, exoteric knowledge refers to the understanding and knowledge of natural law that is available to the general public. This might include learning about the laws of physics, biology, and other scientific principles widely understood and accepted by the general public. Regardless of one's perspective on natural law, the concept has played a significant role in the development of many philosophical and spiritual traditions, and it continues to be an important area of study and discussion today. Esoteric knowledge. Esoteric knowledge is a type of knowledge that is meant to be understood by or intended for only a small number of people with specialized knowledge or interest. It is often shrouded in mystery or secrecy and is more profound than the knowledge widely available to the general public. Exoteric knowledge, on the other hand, is the knowledge that is widely available and intended for the general public. It is knowledge that is not hidden or secretive and is often taught in schools and universities. Many types of esoteric knowledge range from spiritual and philosophical beliefs to secret societies and magical practices. Some examples include the teachings of ancient philosophers, the Kabbalah, alchemy, and astrology. These types of knowledge are often seen as being more spiritual or metaphysical and are not necessarily based on scientific evidence or empirical observation. Exoteric knowledge, on the other hand, is generally based on scientific principles and empirical evidence. It is the knowledge taught in schools and universities and is widely accepted as accurate and reliable. Examples of exoteric expertise include math, science, and history. There has long been a debate about the value of esoteric knowledge versus exoteric knowledge. Some believe that esoteric knowledge is more profound and meaningful and offers a deeper understanding of the world and the human experience. Others argue that exoteric knowledge is more reliable, objective, and helpful in practical terms. Ultimately, the value of both types of knowledge depends on the individual and their goals and beliefs. Some people may find that esoteric knowledge helps them better understand the mysteries of the universe and their place in it, while others may find that exoteric knowledge is more practical and valuable in their daily lives. Both learning types offer unique insights and perspectives, and it is up to each person to decide which is more important to them. Exoteric knowledge. The concept of exoteric knowledge dates to ancient Greek philosophy. The word exoteric comes from the Greek word exo, which means outside, and techna, which means art or craft. In ancient Greek philosophy, the term exoteric was used to refer to knowledge or teachings intended for the general public instead of knowledge meant for only a select few. In this context, the term esoteric refers to knowledge or teachings meant for only a select few or shrouded in secrecy. This distinction between exoteric and esoteric knowledge has persisted throughout the centuries and is still in use today. It is worth noting that the concept of exoteric knowledge is not limited to ancient Greek philosophy, and the term is used in various contexts today. In modern usage, exoteric knowledge is widely available and intended for the general public instead of secret or hidden knowledge. In contrast, the concept of esoteric knowledge dates to ancient Greek philosophy, where it was used to refer to knowledge or teachings meant for only a select few or shrouded in secrecy. The word esoteric comes from the Greek word eso, which means within, and techna, which means art or craft. In ancient Greek philosophy, the term esoteric was used to contrast with exoteric, which referred to knowledge or teachings intended for the general public. This distinction between esoteric and exoteric knowledge has persisted throughout the centuries and is still in use today. It is worth noting that the concept of esoteric knowledge is not limited to ancient Greek philosophy, and the term is used in various contexts today. In modern usage, esoteric knowledge is considered hidden or secret and often associated with spiritual or philosophical beliefs. It is often seen as more profound than the knowledge that is widely available to the general public. Kundalini knowledge. Though the general public typically heads this knowledge, a practice called Kundalini deals with the individual awakening from within with all this knowledge firsthand. Kundalini is a term that is often associated with esoteric knowledge, particularly in the context of Hindu and yogic philosophy. Kundalini refers to a primal energy or life force believed to reside at the base of the spine in the body. This energy is said to be coiled like a serpent. It's associated with the awakening of spiritual enlightenment and higher consciousness. In Hindu and yogic philosophy, the awakening and cultivation of Kundalini energy are seen as a central goal of spiritual practice. It is believed that by awakening and channeling this energy, an individual can reach higher consciousness and spiritual enlightenment. Kundalini is often seen as an esoteric concept, as it is not widely understood or accepted outside certain spiritual or philosophical traditions. It is typically not a topic taught in mainstream educational institutions and is considered a more profound aspect of the spiritual or metaphysical understanding. According to traditional teachings, Kundalini energy is coiled like a serpent at the base of the spine and can be awakened and channeled through various practices such as meditation, yoga, and pranayama, breathing techniques. Once awakened, this energy is said to rise through the spine and activate the body's chakras, energy centers, leading to heightened awareness and spiritual enlightenment. The concept of Kundalini has been an essential part of Hindu and yogic teachings for thousands of years and has influenced many spiritual traditions worldwide. It continues to be a necessary part of many spiritual practices and is considered an essential aspect of esoteric or mystical knowledge. I've always been more interested in esoteric knowledge. Exoteric knowledge is often easier to understand than esoteric knowledge for several reasons. First, exoteric knowledge is generally more widely available and is not shrouded in mystery or secrecy. It is often taught in schools and universities and is more comprehensive than a small number of people with specialized knowledge or interest. Second, exoteric knowledge is generally based on scientific principles and empirical evidence, which makes it more objective and reliable. It is not based on abstract or subjective beliefs but on facts and observations that can be tested and verified. Finally, exoteric knowledge is often intended for the general public and is therefore presented in a way that is more accessible and easier to understand. It is not necessarily more complex or abstract than esoteric knowledge, but it may be presented in a way that is more straightforward to understand for a wider audience. In contrast, our world is what it is today because esoteric knowledge is often considered difficult to understand. It is often shrouded in mystery and secrecy and is not widely available to the general public. It may also be based on concepts and beliefs that need to be more widely accepted or understood or easily explained or understood. Further, the ease with which exoteric can be understood depends on the individual expertise and interest in the subject. Some people may find specific exoteric knowledge to be more challenging to understand than others, depending on their background and perspective, as people have different interests and views, and what may seem profound or meaningful to one person may be different for another from both perspectives. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more.